Alright, so welcome back to the channel. If you made it here, I don't know how you did that, but you feel me? This video right here is Hamza. He's been blown up on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, he's in that like male fitness slash motivational type of video space. And basically, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe I should be in that space. I'm not gonna hold you. Maybe I should kinda be in that space, at least a little bit, because I feel like people need to be motivated for real, bro. There's a lot of people who like mad anxious, like, don't know how to talk to people. Mind you, I don't even really like talking like that. So I be but my thing is not out of maybe a little bit of anxiety, but like it's also like I just don't want to talk to people a lot of the times. Like unless you actually like I'm interested in you, I'm not talking. It's not It'll be awkward for you maybe, but it's not really awkward for me. It just is what it is. But you feel me? I feel like I should be in this space because people need motivation. You feel me? And people need to do. You always need motivation. You always should be looking to do better. You should be like working on yourself. All of that. You feel me? Um. Also, the reason for videos not dropping consistently as usual is because I'm working and all of that. I work two jobs plus I'm also taking a real estate course right now. So I'm trying to get my real estate license, you feel me? Plus this week has been terrible. I lost like $3,000 in the stock market is terrible. Reason for me not getting a new camera also, if you watched like a lot, if you're a subscriber and you've watched a lot of my old videos, reason for that is because I had to pay a lot in taxes this year for something I did, you feel me? And so I paid like 3K to 4K in taxes. So getting a 2K camera didn't make sense. Plus, honestly, the iPhone is working decently. The only thing I can't really do that much is stream, but I haven't been doing that anyway because I haven't had the time, you feel me? But let's get into this video. Let me stop chatting about other stuff and let's get into this, you feel me? So
Should I be f***ing checking off, or is that too f***ing vulgar?
let's put it back. Let's put
Jeffrey
it
is
back.
horny. Should I be f***ing checking off, or is that too f***ing vulgar?
Mm-hmm.
Stupid bitch. He's a slut. He lives like a degenerate who's
Alright, so the title of this video, because I didn't even say that because I forgot, is Casual Sex Destroys Your Soul and Nation. I don't know what he's trying to get at with the nation part, but like I do believe casual sex low key destroys your soul. Of course, to an extent it's not bad, but when it becomes like all you do and you're not developing actual relationships, that's when casual sex becomes just like porn and like porn addiction. You could get addicted to just casual sex and meaningless sex. And like I said, meaningless is exactly the definition. You feel me? Meaningless sex is meaningless. And adding something meaningless to your life is only going to deteriorate. I feel like I'm not saying that probably. Um, it's going to deteriorate your life. You feel me? It's not good for your life. It's meaningless. So it's like adding something empty. It's gonna take away from your soul. You feel me? In the long run, it might affect you if you don't break out of that. Eventually, just gonna stay in your life, and you're just gonna casual sex to casual sex, and it's just gonna get worse. You feel me? That's how I feel. But let's keep going. And I'm gonna add some more commentary onto whatever he says. You feel me? Let's get into it.
obsessed over sex. He spends literally hours on Instagram looking at girls. He says it's productive. He says that he's just getting ideas for his Instagram meme page.
Stop looking at girls and get on them apps and actually go find you a girl. Feel me? Good advice right there. Stop looking. Stop looking and go get you something. You feel me? Like a lot of the Instagram models and people who you're looking at IG probably out of your league or probably not going to respond to you. But you work on yourself and you on the dating app, you're gonna find someone to talk to. Trust me, someone that likes your smile, someone that likes your personality, someone you feel me. Just keep trying, keep working. you gonna get something.
which is his business. But we all know what he's doing. From Instagram model to Instagram model to Instagram model, he's obsessed with the idea of sex. And he doesn't realize just how detrimental that is. The first guy that I got to edit my videos named Sam. I've met him twice now.
Don't be
and
obsessed.
The second time that I met him for New Year's, I was slipping back into my degenerate, casual sex obsessed days. You know, I was totally focused, okay, boys, let's go get some girls and everything. And even before I had met him in the train station that day, I had already spoken to a couple of girls. I met him, hugged him and everything, and immediately spoke to a girl next to him. We go out to the rave, and I've pretty much abandoned the group of friends that I came out with just so I can go speak to girls.
Abandoned? That's crazy. Abandon your friends just for some puss. Yeah, that's not respectable. Oh, I mean, sometimes it is. Sometimes like, oh, you just gonna do your thing, bro. But like, it's also kind of fucked up a little bit. Abandon your boys for some puss.
Girls. We come back to the hotel. There's a group of girls there. I invite them up. I end up getting with one of them, and it was a very degenerate 24 hours. Just recently, Sam said that he looked at me differently because of that day, because he realized just how much my ego was validated by casual sex and like these random girls that I didn't really even care about. And it fucking hit. When a guy who looks like this is fucking judging you, this fucking skinny little motherfucker. I'm glad that he called me out on it. Honestly, like, it's kind of a side note, but this is what brothers do. It made me realize just how easy it is to be obsessed with casual sex, and just how bad it is for you, and how everyone just views you like a weirdo for it. Adonis sees the bigger picture that most men can't. He understands that the consequences of casual sex is that the entire nation gets destroyed. Adonis looks through the history books, through philosophy, and it all makes sense, but no one else is speaking.
Mad dramatic with the nation gets destroyed part, but you feel me? It is what it is. Entertainment or whatever. It's just the soul part. That's the main part. That's the most important part. I mean the nation part, I guess you play a bigger picture, but you should be more focused on the individual first, because you can't change a complex structure outside of yourself without first changing yourself. You gotta always work from within. You can't change a bigger structure without, you know, focusing on yourself first. You gotta work on yourself to be able to change anything in the world. You feel me? And that's with anything.
About this. You might be sat here right now thinking that sex isn't bad, is it? Everyone's telling you to get, you know, to become a high value man, and then you can have sex, and all the red pillars are telling you that they have plates and everything. No matter what, we know that casual sex is instant gratification. And straight away, we can start making excuses, but the truth is, we know that it is simply just a pleasurable act that feels good today, but generally would probably make your life worse in the long run. Why? The truth is that we are not supposed to be inside that many people, for men and women. I 100% agree with a bunch of the
a relationship is more satisfactory when that emotional connection added on with it just hits better, because the casual thing, yeah, it might be cool. Yeah, I might even share a few interests, but you really don't know that person. It doesn't hit the same. Of course, it could come close in certain instances where like y'all start to build that connection through, you know, the casual, but it's different when you really rock with the person. You feel me? It's just different.
The red pillars that promiscuity damages women a lot more than men, and I think anyone who isn't completely blinded and conditioned by modern society would agree. Of course, women are going to be more receptible to the consequences of casual sex. Of course they are. But men still experience huge negatives because of this lifestyle, if not only for the real world consequences, like, yeah, people see you as a degenerate, you see yourself as a degenerate, you spend a lot of time and energy in low quality places like nightclubs and Tinder, but there's a weird spiritual consequence which is kind of hard to understand, because I'm not personally a spiritual person, you probably aren't, but it seems so true.
It is. It destroys your soul, just like it's like porn. Like porn actors, their souls get destroyed by the amount of partners they have. Some of them are desensitized to the work that they do, or just desensitized in terms of relation, and it even limits their relationship partners. And like, I believe the same thing happens to people. Like, now imagine a girl asks you your body count, even though this question shouldn't even be asked or shouldn't even matter, but you say something crazy that that girl might not talk to you. or that guy might not talk to you based on what you say. You feel me? It really is. It's not good. It's it's good to a certain extent. Like I say, everything in moderation. But there's a point in life where you got you gotta figure it out. You gotta move on from that. You feel me?
that it just wrecks your soul when you've connected but not really connected with so many people, when you've indulged
It's
in
not real
mindless sex.
connection.
Making love is very, very different, and I think that's a very beautiful thing
It's,
that kind of
it's a
flourishes the soul.
spiritual,
Making love for the
emotional,
soul
physical
is kind of
connection.
like sleep and exercise for the body. But most of the time in the modern day, we're not making love. We've met this one person tonight. We're gonna sleep with them, and
And you're
maybe we'll
smashing.
we'll end up dating or something. But like, we are heavily motivated by sex, and not only for the damages that it does to you as an individual, but to your country and to your nation. It's something that a lot of people don't talk about. Stefan Arnio in the book Hard Times Create Strong Men really outlined this. Is that the fall of a nation starts when the nation adopts a very casual view to sex, when nudity and sexuality become completely normalized. Why? Because that's when chaos starts.
You know why that's the fall of a nation? Because that's when God sends the flood. You feel me? All that sin and debauchery is the end times. Literally, the Bible explains exactly this. Sodom and Gomorrah. Literally, once the sin and debauchery and that just, you know, once that takes over, it's game over for that nation. You feel me? But it's because of your soul being destroyed. Like you literally have no morals, no virtues, and you're going around giving that to other people. Like you feel me? Like you're literally like when you have sex, you is a transfer of energy, and like you're in that debauchery, and so you keep doing it, and so you're making other people like you. You feel me? Like that person before you probably wasn't like that, or you might be that first person, and now you're teaching them that casual is just cool, and now they become like you, and now they just, you feel me? And now they do that to the next person, and the next person. Now even people who didn't think it was cool before are now falling into that trap, and now everyone's just casual, casual, casual set. And now we having full on orgies, and everyone is soulless, and now the whole nation is done up. You feel me?
Women are the gatekeepers of sex, and so when sex is normalized in a country, that simply means that women are having more sex. But when women have more sex, it is in an ultra competitive, cutthroat way, where women aren't just sleeping with an equal amount of guys. If there's 50 women who are gonna have sex and there's 50 guys, how many guys are gonna have sex? Probably 5, because that's how women's sexual strategy works. And when
Hey man, that's just how it goes. Good luck to the niggas who not getting nothing. But if you honestly, if you try, you can get something. There's something out there, bro. There's a lot of guys who just, you just weird, you just awkward, weird, and you're not working on yourself, and you're not taking care of your parents, and you just weird. And in that case, like, you could even be weird, cause bro, I'm weird, bro. I'm weird. I'm telling you. But like, you feel me? Like you can still get some. Trust me. You could get attractive shorties that you attracted to, shorties that's on your level. You feel me? You can get them. You just gotta put yourself out there.
when 45 out of 50 men are sexless, and they're looking to the top 5 guys who are getting all of the women, chaos starts. The biggest problem in the entire world right now is the sexual marketplace. It is the incel uprising that the majority
That's sad. That's sad because I really don't think it's that hard, bro. But maybe I'm just in that category, but like I wasn't. So I wasn't for a long period of time, So is what it is. But like that's 10, that number is just like I think those are high school numbers. like like I don't think niggas in the real like who passed like the age of 21 is really like that. But that could be the case. I feel like there's a lot of older niggas who are just virgins because they just don't actually really try. You feel me? And then they're scared, and then they talk to females, and females are probably with it, but they just so scared because they just never went the full mile. You feel me?
majority of men are so utterly deprived from intimacy and sex and love, when the majority of men in your country are contributing to a system in which they don't get an absolutely fundamental need, shit hits the fan. Like, this is scary. Your heartbeat should be going faster right now when you think about the scale of this problem. I made a 1 hour long unfiltered video on my second channel about this, which I'll link in the description. I think I think we're too far. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're actually too far for this. I think the only remedy for this, there's one person who can help us, and this isn't like a joke, it's not going to be Adonis, right? There's one, honestly, in my opinion, there's one person who can save us from this. And you're going to think I'm taking the piss, but I'm really not. Mark Zuckerberg. Metaverse. The only way that the West will not completely and utterly fall from the inside is if the majority of these sexless, intimacy deprived incels get to go into the metaverse and get to essentially get virtual reality intimacy and love and sex. They're like,
Son just went way down the rabbit hole. Like, I wouldn't go this far, because if you think about China, is it China where they basically have VR sex, you feel me? And they just anime girls and like that nonsense. I mean, that's probably just gonna be the extent of it, or niggas just gonna buy sex dolls, you feel me? Like, niggas who not having sex. It's not like they're gonna have an uprising. It's like, I feel like the niggas who are in that camp, who are like incels, they're too awkward and weird, or they can't talk to people. They're not working out. They're not working on, like, there's not gonna be no uprising. Feel me? At most, there might be a few niggas who get guns and do something crazy, but like for the most part, there's not going. You feel me? Nah.
exchange 0.1.
Metaverse is wild. I don't think that's gonna happen either. It's gonna end up being some VR shit. You feel me? Like, it's gonna be some virtual shit, but I don't think the metaverse, Mark Zuckerberg, is gonna fix that. There's already VR type shit, and there's already dolls. You feel me? You can experience like a VR virtual experience, and I mean, I assume that's the realest you gonna get to it. You feel me?
Ethereum for a night of love. That is the only remedy that I can see, because we are too far gone. Up until then, all we can do is just try and climb up to that top place. Because as much as we want to see, you know, all men like brothers, the truth is that is not the truth whatsoever. Even though it sounds a bit negative, masculinity thrives in an us versus them situation. And I don't know about you, but I want to get into that top 10% of men. And that is a zero-sum game. When you get into the top 10% of men, someone else has been knocked out. So you choose. If there's a guy on your level right now, and you let him beat you because you don't want to compete with anyone. I'm just competing with myself. If you slow down on your self-improvements, if you don't work hard, this guy's gonna beat you. And the woman who was going to love you is going to love him instead. You better do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.
I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, there's honestly, if someone beats you, it's a bad way to look at it. Cause I know he's trying to get you to like be the best version of yourself. But if someone beats me and get a girl, bro, there's a million other girls out here, bro. Like, come on, I'm only competing with myself for real. Like, feel me? I'm not competing with other niggas. It's not worth it. That's just me though, personally. I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. I want to be the best version of myself, so I'm gonna work for it. But if you need that motivation, like competing with someone else to be the best version of yourself, then tell yourself that nonsense. You feel me? It's not nonsense, but tell yourself that. You feel me? For me, it's a little bit different. I don't need that to be motivated. I can motivate myself just wanting to be the best version of myself. You feel me? But that's what it is. Casual sex destroys your soul, and yeah, just get out of that phase, bro. If you in there, get out of it, cause it's not good for you. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. If you want more stuff like this, just let me know. Feel me?